What would you say it would make a good ad? Like, what makes an ad highly converting or a landing page? Like, do you have some like evergreen tips that people can use? You know?
Evergreen tips. Let me think on this. I think you should definitely lead with curiosity and engagement
Hmm.
and a pain point. You want something that's scroll stopping.
Hmm.
So you want to kind of just, or if you're targeting a certain demographic, like skin, for example,
Hmm.
you want to say something like "Women over 40 are
Hmm.
using this product," whatever the end of the
Hmm.
headline would be. You can start by targeting users, like if they're reading it, "Oh, I'm a woman over 40."
Hmm.
That immediately engages them. They feel like they're being spoken to. You can
Totally.
play on a pain point. Top doctors saying to do this now to lose
Hmm.
weight in 2025. It's like, well, it's 2025 and doctors are saying this. I
Yeah,
want to lose weight.
makes
You
sense.
want to
Yeah.
engage the user. And for native and Facebook too, you really need a scroll stopping image, something that's going to intrigue the user.
Hmm.
Native is the best example of this. They have some of the craziest images you can imagine on these ads, but they pique users' curiosity.
Hmm.
Readers see this weird image and they read the headline, they're
Hmm.
intrigued. Or maybe
Totally.
you hit their pain point in the headline, and now they want to read more about it, and they click into your ad, and now they're
Yeah.
reading your pre-sale, and they're one click away from the VSL.
Yeah, totally. That's also why I love quizzes so much because when they now, I mean, quizzes probably not on native, but on Facebook, and then the more they use the quiz, like are you male or female? What age group are you? So, and how tall are you? And all those questions. At some point, they are so invested into that quiz that they want to see the results, and it usually leads either in an email collection, like you sign up to get the
Mhm.
results or watch the video, whatever it is that you're promoting.
Yeah, quizzes definitely work. They engage the user. They make the user feel heard as a person.
Hmm.
Asking specific questions, like you said, about height or whatever it may be, weight, skin type, for example.
Hmm.
But I think another thing, like you kind of touched on, is it's called the sunken cost fallacy. The user, spent 5-10 minutes reading your pre-sale. Now they're
Yeah,
taking a quiz for another couple of minutes. They've invested time into this funnel already, and they
totally.
want to get something for their time. So I'm not saying make them spend 2 hours on your page before sending them to the offer. That might not work, but find the fine line of time spent on the page. You've invested your time into my website. Now here's where I want to send you.
Yeah,
And then you link out to the VSL, or you say I'll give you your tailor-made report via email.
hmm,
Just submit
yeah,
your email here, and then you've got that email on your list, and you can mail them.
yeah.
Every day, every other day. You don't want to do it too much, or you'll lose them. But yeah, no, sunken cost fallacy on the quizzes and stuff like that, and just user engagement. I
Yeah,
think all helps.
yeah, because by the time they're through the quiz, they really want to know what's on the other side. Like,
Yeah.
and I think it's also like human nature that having the need to complete something. It's like
Hmm.
try watching a movie and stop it 10 minutes before the end comes.
I'll
Like
do you one better. Try eating one potato chip.
Mission
Try to not
Impossible.
finish the bag.
Yeah. It's not gonna work, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. At least you cannot eat 90% of the bag. Yeah. Now you went all
I
the way
finished the bags,
through.
man.
Now you might as well finish it now. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Why would you take the whole quiz and then not click onto the VSL?
And not watch the results, exactly. Or
Yeah,
or watch the
exactly.
VSL. Yeah. Amazing. That's actually
Yeah, I think that also plays into the VSLs and why they work. A lot of affiliates ask me, like newer affiliates to Maxo, they're like, "Does this really work?" It's like a 40-minute video, and
yeah.
surprisingly and
Yeah.
astoundingly, yes, they work very well. They're made to sell. They're made to keep users engaged, and then 40 minutes into it, again, sunken cost fallacy. You've been watching this video for 40 minutes. You might as well try the product.
Yeah. A friend of mine, she is a sales psychologist, and
Hmm. It's a good friend to have.
yeah, in Germany, actually, she reviewed a few of my VSLs, and every time they get better because, well, because that's her job basically, to know that stuff.
So she's good at it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And she says that there's nothing like too long. There's only too boring.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
So if you're in that target audience for that VSL, and that VSL is not like a 40-minute documentary on the history of diabetes. It's like
Yeah.
it's like from the first to the last second designed around exactly the pain points you as the potential viewer have. Like every minute will be super interesting for you because they will hit you 100 times with stories and ideas that you experienced yourself in your life, emotions that you feel in your day to day, and people will be like nodding their head in front of the video because they feel
Mhm.
heard and seen, and if you have a solution, obviously, to help them out in the end, it's very obvious for them to buy or at least try it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what the VSLs boiled down to is tapping
Mm.
into an emotion, a pain point, in an engaging way, and then promising the results,
Yeah.
selling the solution. I think that's why it works, and I agree that there's no such thing as too long. There's just too boring. So I always push our vendors and the clients that create VSLs for us.
Yeah.
No whiteboard stuff. I don't want text on a black screen for 20
Yeah.
minutes. No one's going to stick around for that. It's important to have a good authority figure in the
Hmm.
VSL, someone that's interesting and engaging to listen to.
Hmm.
Maybe a doctor spokesperson that works really
Yep.
well on the VSLs, a real doctor,
Hmm.
someone with authority on the subject to go over the information.
Absolutely. And what I also find funny, and I just had this idea now. Most of the affiliates, at some point in their affiliate career, I would say, they also watched webinars and tutorials, and a webinar
Hmm.
can also take an hour where the webinar hosts will explain about this opportunity to make money online, for example. And it might as well be a VSL, but in this case, it's a webinar. But since you're so interested in this topic, you watch it and you also buy. So why would it be different in the health space?
It's a great comparison, honestly. I never
Yeah,
thought of it like that, but
yeah.
yeah, you're absolutely right. Like,
We do this.
people
Yeah,
in like affiliates, yeah, they're interested in how to perfect their funnel, or newer affiliates how to get started,
yeah.
and they will watch 45 minutes,
Easy.
hour long webinars and videos easily,
Yeah,
just to get that result they want, which is being a successful affiliate. So, if your ad is good and you hit the pain points right away, your user is going to be targeted and they're going to want to watch the VSL to get the same thing, the solution.
yeah,
Yeah, great comparison. I like that. I'm
yeah.
going to steal that.
Nice. Good we have it on camera.
Yeah, it was
All
his
right.
idea, not mine, but I'm going to use that.
Excellent.